Hi, I'm Miranda HP.
And I'm Connor Calloway.
And together we are
the Bountiful Bards.
Thanks for tuning in to our one-on-one D&D podcast,
The Fountains of Cathaidra. There we go. There we are. I don't think you fully understand, Miranda, how intently I'm looking for the hand wave to allow me to start talking.
Well, good.
And now that you have this larger monitor that we bought with all of the podcast money we get, that's a joke. We get no money from this podcast.
In fact, it costs us money.
It actually does, but we don't have to go into that. It's a cost. It's a cost worth doing for this entire endeavor for us to enjoy. It's just a monthly sub to the uploader and things like that, so it's not bad.
But
anyways,
now you have fiber internet, so it takes like 2 seconds.
Don't tell people what our infrastructure is. That's how they get us.
What? Fiber? That's right, we use light.
I don't have enough fiber, that's for sure. It was a very crazy moment in my life when I was researching about fiber and I came to the realization, or not the realization, I learned that it uses pulses of light to send signals, not energy over copper or power over copper. It is light, just a clear tube sending little blinky blinks.
Yep,
really fast.
We've come a long way since modems literally yelling at each other and exchanging data through noise.
Yeah, and they used to applaud each other at the end to know that they'd had a successful job and they were holding hands finally.
Yep, and then we killed a robot.
You gotta choke out a robot to get online. But you young kids wouldn't know anything about that.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Man, so do we. We're so ancient.
But speaking of being ancient in this ancient temple...
Okay. Pepto-Bismol. Yes, this episode is sponsored by Pepto-Bismol. Good segue, Miranda.
It's not really.
Oh, it's not really? Okay. Do you have digestive problems because you still eat like a 20-year-old, but you're in your 30s now? Take a gulp of the Big Pink. Big Pink. It'll make you feel better.
It does not do that for me. It makes me sick.
You are always the outlier. We just need to keep doing like random bits about who's advertising us, but really they're not.
Do you hate when you put something in a place and it moves and you didn't want it to? Try sticky stuff.
Sticky stuff. It keeps things stuck to things.
Did you stick something and didn't want it to be stuck and now it's stuck? Try unstuck things.
Unstuck things. Not sold separately.
Goop.
Ungoop. I've missed playing with you.
Yes, well, now here we are.
I've had a lot of time to dedicate towards building out the lore.
Which is a problem.
Of what comes next. Oh yeah, it's always a problem. All this has to come from somewhere. It's not like I'm going online and finding it randomly.
ChatGPT, please tell me what to do next.
That is true.
First, you take over your overlords. What? Nothing. Never mind.
And then, back to the Baldur's Gate thing that we've brought up before. It is quite nice to see what Larian Studios has come with within the 5e system, and then how I can, bring it over into the actual tabletop world, because a lot of it is able to move across the border, I guess is the best way to say it.
Well, they had to think of a way of making a tabletop game portable and restricted without feeling restricted, and you kind of have to do the same thing because you can't literally do anything in a tabletop game, or it's just sheer chaos. You don't get a coherent storyline out of that. So that's always the trick, isn't it, when you're doing anything, is to add restrictions but not make them seem like they're there.
That's very true. Oh my goodness, my ankle popped.
Oh, did it feel better?
Ooh, yes, it does.
Good.
Yes, once again, showing the age, above 30. Above 30.
Yes.
Coming to you soon.
You'll live.
Or if you left it. Anyways.
It's anyway, you don't need the yes.
Miranda, are you ready to start the next chapter?
I have been ready to start. Where have you been?
It's chapter 9.
Oh, God.
All right, at the beginning of every chapter, I read an excerpt for some random book you've never even heard about in-game.
I've been trying to collect all the books on the shelves along with the cheese wheels, okay?
Exactly, and rotten fruit.
No, not in this one. I was making a Skyrim reference, but...
All right, Leah. Are you ready?
I am ready. Are you?
Here we go.
Okay.
A child yelled out. We all heard it, and in the cry was enough to create a brief pause. Someone had trampled the poor thing and broken its leg. We looked on with no way to aid. Then a voice spoke up, asking people to move aside. He knelt beside the child and offered comforting words. Then he silently placed both hands on the child and performed a miracle. I learned later that this man was named Adder. From the Journal of Rake. Did you get all that down?
Yes.
Okay. So
this is where our troubles began, people.
This is exactly where our troubles began. So you recall in the end of chapter 8, unlocking the fountain and whatnot. So we're going to pick up from there. No time skippies yet. As I start reading my pre-prepared DM descriptions. You settled and ready?
I am settled and ready. Are you?
I'm quite immersed.
Good. Turn on the blender.
The immersion blender coming to you. Buy it now. All the two of you can feel is the racing wind on your face and the steady rhythm of the hoofbeats. You hear the sounds of horns but dare not look back, and your soul is heavier by the still erupting magical fountain behind you. The entire landscape is dashed with this orange hue, making it feel like evening even though it is only morning. The druids leave the fields behind and swath you both in the forested wilds. There is no path, clearing, or trail. Any individual could not make it through these trees moving at their higher speeds, yet these two druids wearing the bodies of horses do so effortlessly. All you and Kaslan can do is hold on and pray. You're both currently invisible, I believe.
Yes, I remember that.
You remember casting that.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you want to do while you're watching these horse move unhorse-like through a forest over roots and stones and trenches?
No, I'm just praying to the mighty abacus of the universe to tally up our life scores evenly.
Okay. The mighty abacus coming to you this fall.
Because why would I talk to the angel? Fuck that guy.
The shadowed branches thin after 10 minutes of travel. The sound of a mobilized army far dead to your ears. Sunlight finds you again as your carriers emerge into the broken road, which Lia, leads back to the abandoned village you originally started in, where the teleportation circle lies. The druids slow here, their bellies billowing like bellows as they calm their hearts. Yes, I am proud of that line. Kaslan pipes in finally that now that everything's calmed and he's a bit winded himself for holding on to you, because I believe you two were riding together?
No, I helped him get up on the horse, and
Oh, that's right.
By touch, made him invisible and myself at the same time.
Kaslan goes, "Where are we going?"
The horse jumps. Oh, God, I forgot you were here.
Please tell me you have a plan to outrun the lance.
Yes.
The horse snorts. And that plan is what?
We're getting back to a teleportation circle.
A what?
It makes us go from one place to another quickly.
Huh?
Yep.
Okay. I guess it's just one of those things I just have to keep trusting you on.
Correct.
Okay.
It's probably easiest at this point, like escalators.
Well, this is indeed exciting. I'm glad to be here, I guess. This new adventure. Continuous adventure? Rejoining the adventure. I don't know, whatever we want to call it. Lia, you see the ruined buildings from days before. The fresh rubble still darkened by burn marks,
Yeah.
The clearing is quiet. Even the wind is not stirring the wilds. Both horses come to an abrupt halt. Their eyes are bulging and nostrils are swelling, smelling of danger.
Okay.
You've been around horses enough times back in your village to know when they are spooked by something. And even though both of these horses have the intelligence of a humanoid individual, they have the mannerisms of a horse, and they wear it plain on their face.
We're still invisible, by the way.
I know that.
Okay, just checking.
A third horse walks perpendicular into your path, solid light and practically glowing in the sun. The saddle an enchanted brown engraved with numerous patterns. The one standing out, of course, is the hollowed hexagon.
Oh, great.
The symbol of the faith. And let me bring you up to your map, going back to the village.
Damn it.
What is it? What's wrong? Did something happen?
No. I'm just like, here we are again. Oops. I'm trying to remember what... Okay, so I used that from my thingy.
We used what from what thingy?
Well, invisibility from my piano. I'm just trying to remember how many spell slots I have left.
Hey, take your time. We can always edit this out later. Just hit that M button.
Oh, good. All right, go ahead.
Leah Wicker. A male human steps out from behind his horse. Older than you, but still young. Gracing 30 or perhaps a few years older. His locks of golden hair encase a clean-shaven face and a pair of eyes, which glow in a golden fashion which matches the individual's armor. He stands before you, this armor plated in gold, and a white cloak flowing from beneath the spalders. The hollowed hexagon centered on his chest, and on his shoulder is an unusually large greatsword, which he holds with one hand.
Drama queen.
You are wanted for illegal use of magic beyond the providence of the faith, conspiring against the angel for your actions in the cities of Etchings and Miro, and refuse to arrestment for interrogation. Or refusal.
To submit to arrest, I guess.
You and your friend are to dismount from your horses and turn yourself over to my care. Or, if not, I, the dedicated Samuel of Vault, am ordered to use force in subduing you and bring you before the senses of the angel.
Okay.
Do you comply?
I'm not gonna answer. Connor.
Yes, above the table.
Which direction is the, because I've been here before when I blew it up. Which direction is the teleportation circle?
The teleportation circle, so you see you're in a little pathway heading towards the city square. Mm-hmm. And that is where the teleportation circle is. In fact, this individual...
He's standing on it?
I want you to roll me a perception check. With advantage, because you know where the teleportation circle is. And if you recall, it was half buried in the mud.
Wow, that was really bad. 11.
11? Well, the DC was 10, so it's fine. He is standing just before the teleportation circle, but there doesn't seem to be any acknowledgement of it.
Okay.
So you don't answer?
No, because has he made eye contact with us?
He is looking dead at you, and his eyes
so he
are
can see
glowing
invisibility.
gold.
Yeah.
Yes, it seems to be that. You see Kaslan physically start shaking.
Okay. Then what I'm going to do...
You have 3 seconds. 2.
Okay, you do whatever you're going to do then.
What were you going to do? You need a brief pause to look up something?
Well, yeah, because I was going to say...
I cast Fireball?
No.
That's generally what you say. Especially in this area. You've murdered men here.
Well, they were asking for it.
Nah. No, he spoke. You get a moment to react. What would you like to do? Take time and center yourself.
So the invisibility to... Okay, so it's only greater invisibility lets you cast a spell at the same time, right?
Yeah, and with multiple people, I believe.
Well, no, you can just cast invisibility at a higher level to do multiple people. It's greater invisibility that...
Greater invisibility allows you attack without losing it,
right.
I believe is the difference. Like, you can... As a rogue with greater invisibility is going to be detrimental because he basically always has sneak attack as long as he has his... As long as the wizard's concentrating. If that makes any sense.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to lean forward and whisper into the horse's ears, and say, can y'all create some kind of distraction or make it seem like more people are showing up? And then I'm going to drop invisibility and nod at Kaslan and slide off the horse.
All right. He slides off the horse as well. He kind of gets caught a little bit, but slips and falls and hits the ground with a heavy thud. The horse eye turns and looks at you, and then turns to look at the other horse and kind of at it. And there's some form of acknowledgement. And in fact, I'm going to roll a perception check to see if he catches on to these two individuals are, druids instead of horses.
I'm going to start sauntering towards him with my hands behind my back while they're doing this.
And he does not recognize it. He is intent on you.
Okay. So I'm going to saunter towards him.
Okay.
And I'm going to... Oh, man.
The anticipation.
Really sorry about this. I am going to... So, because, I'm a bard, so all my stuff that I cast is usually somatic.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to just start talking to him, and I'm going to say, hey, I don't see what the big deal is. I don't understand why y'all are so up in arms over this, because technically, if y'all are the ones guarding all of these fountains, and it takes your holy symbol to unlock them, then aren't they technically, through extension, some aspect of your holy order? And I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb Lightning, because I'm assuming the horse is in its, war regalia, which is metal.
Not metal, but there are there are facets on it. The horse could definitely be hurt by this.
Okay,
yes.
Then I'm going to do it fire. Instead, I'm going to do it right at the horse's butt.
Oh, wow. Okay. Roll for, what is it? Roll for an attack?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think. Let me check.
Take your time.
I'm so sorry. I don't like hurting animals, people. Chromatic Orb. Yeah, so it is... Yeah, it's to hit, I think. If the attack hits. So, yes. So... Look, I'm nervous, okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Be nervous. I want you to be nervous. You know what you have before you here.
Oh, I do.
Or actually, you could roll a history check if you wanted to know a little bit more.
Well, is he on the horse or is he next to it?
No, he's next to his horse. He's on the ground with this very large great sword on his shoulder.
Is he right next to it?
He is about within patting distance. He can step over and pat his horse.
Then I will still do lightning, and I'm gonna do it between the two of them, because horses are pretty skittish. Even a war horse, if it gets shocked, is gonna freak out.
Understand.
And he's in metal. So, yeah, I'm going to aim it between the two of them.
All right. So did you look it up and see what kind of aiming it was?
Well, it says if it hits, so I'm assuming it's just an attack roll.
It is an attack roll. I want you to make an attack roll. You can pick the horse or him. You have to choose one.
The horse. Because it's a...
That's fine.
Yeah, because I just wanted to go bloop. And I will cast it at second level.
Okay. So go ahead and roll. It's roll for an attack, right?
Yes.
Go ahead and roll for an attack with your spell modifier, and let's see what happens.
16 plus... one for that thing plus... What is it, 7? I wrote this all down and then
I know. You redesigned your whole character sheet. Now you've got to learn where everything is.
So it's plus 7 to hit. So 16 plus 7 plus 1.
That definitely hits. Go ahead and roll for damage to see what happens before we start off this initiative.
I'm really, really, really sorry, Horsey. I am so sorry. Because that's 48 of damage.
There you go.
Bye, Horsey.
Kill that horse.
I didn't want to.
It's all right.
Your master made me do it.
Roll the 48.
3. So there's 10.
You might just kill it and doesn't have a chance to react.
Oh, that was a D10. Never mind. My bad. Sorry. Let me start over. They look the same from the top. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 points of damage lightning.
So, as you bring out your hand from behind your back, holding this electrified chromatic orb, and then you fastball pitch it over the shoulder at him, at the horse, it goes whizzing and flying by, and his face turns and follows it. The sneer on his lips as he sees it goes by, and it does collide with a horse, and you hear the horse scream out in pain. But in a flash of golden light, the horse dissipates.
Oh, good. Summon Charger.
Yes, some fine steed, for sure. But now... No, you know what time it is.
Was there any, like, AoE kind of zap from it?
Let's see if there is an AoE kind of zap from it.
I'm just hoping, because it's a lightning ball, and I was hoping it was close enough to at least, like...
Well, that's not what Chromatic Orb is meant to do.
That seems dumb. It's an orb of chroma.
I understand. It's an orb... Did you say it was an orb of chroma?
Yes.
Let me tell you something.
Look, Connor, it's like the lights that are dancing at you from behind my monitor.
I am sick and tired of yours. Okay. Pretty colors. Okay. Well, it is time to roll initiative, so let's get that going. I mean, 4 individuals versus 1. It should go well, yes?
No.
In your favor?
No.
Nothing up Connor's sleeve.
Shut up, Connor. 17.
Paul, that kills people. Oh, yes. I guess I'm just a psychopath. Did what?
Huh.
You say 17?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Let me get this guy in his turn order.
And do I know how long it takes to activate the teleportation thing?
Okay. I want you to roll me a history check real quick.
Oh boy. Wow, I rolled a 19. So plus history is 19. So that is a 24.
24. Okay.
I remember everything.
You do indeed. You know you have to reach out to Prime Regis Thiel and let her know you are ready to be brought back, and she will have to get to the teleportation room and activate the chambers to bring you back.
Okay.
That you do know. So you have to spend a turn reaching out to her.
I gotcha. No, it's not worth it. I understand.
What's not worth it? We don't know.
To do it in combat, because I don't know what she's doing.
Okay, that's not a problem at all.
Because, like, it could take forever, and he's on the damn thing.
That's true. That's true.
But, like, after I did the chromatic orb thing, I'm not going to just, like, stand there and be like, yaha! And I'm going to kind of, like, try to dash off to the side.
You can dash on your turn.
Well, I don't literally mean dash, like, as in the
No,
mechanic.
I understand, but you can move when it's your turn. The action has started.
All
You
right,
got your surprise.
That's fine.
Surprise! And then Twinkle shows up. No, I'm joking. All right, top of the round is, of course, going to be Kaslan with his nimble feet, and he's going to look up to you and waiting for orders. He's not going to waste his turn. You can use a free action to let him know what the game plan is.
Oh, I'm going to... Because did you say I could do Thieves' Cant?
No. You can't do Thieves' Cant yet.
Escalator at Pally Feet.
Escalator at Pally Feet?
Yeah, because, like, I had just talked to him about all that.
What's an escalator?
Yeah, that was the thing when he said, I just have to go along with it, right? I said, yeah, like escalators.
Oh.
Do you not remember that, Connor?
I don't remember that, unfortunately.
Oh.
All right, so you speak to Connor plaintext what you would like Kaslan to do.
Telling him that the way to get out is at the Paladin's feet, so we need to get him out off of there.
Ah. Oh, it is right behind him. Like he is just near it, I guess.
Oh,
he has 1 foot on it because the teleportation pad is tilted. It's because the stone slab shifted. So that's the general understanding, I would say.
Okay.
So what are your thoughts?
Well, I'm just telling him that's the point, is we need to be able to delay him long enough for me to get the circle activated.
Gotcha, which is about right here.
Okay.
All right, so in this muddy field, he stands there, his boots still tarnished with all of this. Kaslan hears you, and doesn't know of any other thing to really do, so he's going to run this way and try and dart off into the bushes and try and basically hide from this individual to do his usual roguishness, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Which that's okay, because you get your turn as well. So let's see if he gets to roll his hide action. No, natural 1.
Oh, no.
He goes to run, and as he does, he trips and falls downward into the mud, and then uses his movement to get back up. Since his hide action doesn't work, he is going to turn and basically just try and shoot this individual with a crossbow. Not really trying to make purchase, just trying to distract him more than anything.
Shoot him in the knees. Shoot him in the knees.
Or with his short bow, excuse me. Which isn't high enough. Kaslan is rolling bad, and I'm going to put that die in timeout because I don't want to...
Or only use it for the paladin?
No, I can't. I'm not going to do that. I have to be fair.
That is fair. Kaslan just got 2 shitty rolls, so the paladin should get 2 shitty rolls. I'm just saying.
Something like that. That's got to be the end of his turn, though. It is now your turn.
Okay.
What does Lia do in this situation?
Lia is going to... Okay, so is there a step down from where I am, or is it just a path, or what?
No, it's a straight path in front of you.
No, I mean like to my left and my right, because it looks like there's ledges or something.
There are ledges, but they're like 4 feet tall or 3 feet tall. Something, definitely something to keep sheep out of your garden. That's what these were for. They're not high fences.
Okay, I'm gonna try to scramble over it and like go behind the well.
All right, you want to go to the left and go behind the well.
Yeah,
All right, no problem. That's definitely going to be all your movement as you go. One hand up and over, sprint across, not tripping over anything, and then going and ducking behind this well.
And I'm going to cast Sending.
Okay.
Need immediate evac on wherever we named this thing.
You're in Easeway.
Yeah.
She knows it's you. She's... Believe it or not, Theo is intelligent enough where Connor can't sit there and go, you didn't say it specifically.
Requesting immediate evacuation.
Some DM... My apologies.
LZ is hot. LZ is hot.
Right. Bringing in the nukes. Launch the nukes, Toad.
Yes.
All right, so you cast...
Requesting immediate active fire assistance. And then I'm going to... So after I've cast Sending, I'm going to shout, so away from wherever the horses went. Yeah. I'm going to shout over behind him, get into position!
Oh, no, understandable. When the horses are still there, their turn.
No, I'm not talking to the horses.
Oh, okay.
Get into position!
You telling
Target
Kaslan.
is in sight!
Okay. So, after you say that...
Commence flanking position!
As you say that to Theo, you get a response. And she says, oh dear, hold on. I'll get it started. I'll need a few seconds to get it up and going. You be ready.
Yep.
Okay, that's the end of the message, and that will be do you have a bonus action or anything you want to do for that?
I have, no bonus actions.
Okay.
It's very depressing. Why did you do this?
I think you can inspire.
I'm pretty sure I remember using all of my inspirations.
That is...
unless I got them back for leveling up.
Oh, right.
Or with a short rest, because we did learn that I get them back with a short rest.
Right, but you have not had a short rest yet.
So I don't think I have any bardic inspirations left.
Yeah, that's okay. So both of these horses, druids, both come galloping up, full tilt, mud splattering up beneath their hooves and everything, and they are definitely going to try and charge this paladin, and they're both going to make their attacks. So give me 1 second. That one is, that's a natural 1. It was a different die. That one's actually going to make purchase, though.
He jukes one and gets clobbered with the other one.
Right.
It's kind of hard to dodge 2 horses at the same time.
Right, and he does take about 8 points of damage as one of them tries to basically run him over, and he goes to turn aside. This big sword just sweeping, and you're just very, I wouldn't say impressed, but more terrified how easily he is able to move it. But the other horse comes up and straight body checks him with its shoulder and causes him to stagger backward, and just a reverberation hitting into his armor. That is going to be the end of both of their turns.
And I'm also hoping that they picked up on, my bluff, and Kaslan did too, because Kaslan's pretty aware of chicanery and all that. So
your bluff?
Yeah, where I was yelling over the paladin, get into flanking position and stuff like that, calling out to allies that don't exist.
My apologies. So, roll me a deception check with that. I should have offered you that, and I do apologize.
It's like, Connor, would you like to roll an
doing
intelligence check?
I thought you were doing Miranda's military antics or something like that, not in-game, trying to, I didn't realize you were trying to, do something in-game. I thought you were being just silly, which is, part of why we play.
Deception or performance?
Deception, because you're lying.
18.
All performance is a lie, Connor. We're not getting into semantics again. Let's focus.
18.
18. Let's see how his insight does.
Even in combat. With horses charging his face. I'm hoping.
Even in combat.
I'm hoping there are things that help offset, because there's a lot of shit going down right now.
That's true. Oops. So much going on, man. What'd you roll again?
18.
He rolled a 19.
Go figure.
And he does not lose his eyes on you, and it is his turn. His eyes stop glowing. He reaches up his hand and he touches his chest and he whispers something, And then as he does so, you just see this gold light begin to emit off of his body, just like circling up his legs and across his chest. There's these particles of sparks that do so. And he will immediately step away from the horses, and he is moving far faster than a human in this armor should be able to move. Both horses are definitely going to take an opportunity attack and try and stomp him down while he's moving. And they actually both hit. So he takes another 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, plus their bonuses. Apologies.
You're good.
No, you're good.
No,
you're good. Do what?
I said I try to be.
You're pretty good. I'm a big fan of you, to be honest.
Aw.
Even when I'm killing your characters. All right, so he comes running around, and he is now hasted, as you could probably tell. And he is going to take his two-handed greatsword and try and slam it down and hit you. So
it will hit. Well, it might, actually. I always forget I have a pretty high AC because I've got that knitted or crocheted, depending on your mood, mithril armor.
It's very true. Does a 27 hit?
Yeah, it might. I don't think so. Actually. Because, see, yeah, no, it's fine. I don't mind dying.
How many health points did you have?
Well, I'm not showing missing any at the moment, but...
Oh, yeah, because you leveled up. I think you were pretty low.
I think I only had, like, 9 hit points or something.
Well, then we'll leave it on 9, then.
Lia falls unconscious.
You do.
Correct. Lia dies.
No, Lia does not die.
You take her below 0.
Lia does not die.
And the game is over.
No.
Thanks for coming, everyone.
This is the end. It's an abrupt end, and it's how Miranda and I can just stop playing altogether. No.
Well, that was the end of everything I was going to do.
But as he goes and slams it down, you duck out of the way just a little bit, but still the eruption from him slamming it next to you and just the sheer imminent force coming off of it blasts you back, slamming you against the wall, and then your vision blacks out. Now, we still have things happening on the field. So I will not narrate to you what occurs, because you are not conscious. But I'm going to take a few moments to go through the rest of these turns and see what happens next. This is the first time Leah's ever gone unconscious. I feel the rage coming off of you.
No, I'm unconscious, so I'm not saying anything. You get to be in your own little world for a minute.
I get to play with my toys by myself?
Correct.
Okay. Well, top of the round is going to be Kaslan. Actually, it would be better if I narrated it, because why would I sit there and just, play with myself on a podcast? That would be silly. And that was inappropriate. But you know what? That doesn't really matter. Okay. Kaslan immediately runs around the horses and is quite upset with what has just occurred. He's going to try and stab the individual. And he's going to be able to do so with advantage, because the guy is wholeheartedly focused on you. Which, as you know, Kaslan gets sneak attack damage as he does so. Pulling out his short sword. That is going to hit. It's an 18 plus 6. And then with another 9 as well. And that's going to be another 46 on top of that. So, wow. I rolled three 6s and a 2. So he's going to do a load of damage. All right, Lia. As he goes, he reaches up and yells and screams and stabs this paladin of the lance right in the little sliver of his, right behind his boot. I forgot, saboton, excuse me. And is able to draw blood from his calf. Lia, it's your turn. You must roll your first death saving throw.
12.
12. That's a positive. It's the druid's turns, as they both come stomping over trying to get in. But one druid is going to take off their form and no longer be a horse. And they are going to cast Cure Wounds on you as they come running up. So give me 1 second. You're immediately brought back to consciousness. You take, let's see here, Cure Wounds, that would be at a higher level. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 12 points of healing hits you. See, it's not over with.
Just enough to get hit and die again.
Yeah, just enough. Yeah, and another thing, wham! And one more thing, wham! The other horse is going to try and trample and shove this individual out of the way. So it's going to be a strength check against Samuel, and let's see how that works.
I mean, horses are pretty strong.
They are, and the horse definitely rolled higher on this strength check and was able to body check Samuel somewhat out of the way. And he used the shove action instead of the attack action for sure. So both horses are done. It's Samuel's turn again.
This bastard.
And he is going to turn, and he is going to roll an attack to try and hit this horse as he tries to bring his greatsword down again. That 24 is going to hit as he does so, and then he's going to put a smite behind it.
That's fine. You do that to a druid's wild shape. That's great.
Right. I mean, that might be why he's trying to do it. So he brings the sword around, dragging it through the mud, cutting a crescent arch and up over his head. And as he does, he says a prayer to the angel, and the sword begins to glow this golden light again, and he slams it down and cleaves the horse in half. If this was a real beast, you would see organs and blood splitter everywhere, steam coming off of them in the morning sun. But instead, you just see, bouncing out of the burst of smoke and mist, this druid that goes falling backwards and slamming backwards. After that,
I'm glad to hear your voice, my love. Sorry.
He is going to step over to Kaslan and do another swing.
Oh, shit. I really did use all my bardic inspiration, didn't I?
That is a natural one, though, as he goes to side cleave, because with this sword, there is no finesse. There is up and down and left to right. There is no, delicate dance.
Did he walk away from me?
I hit my mic. Did he walk away from you?
Yeah.
You were unconscious when he did.
Oh, well, I'm conscious now.
You are, but it's not your turn. It's still
I know. I was
turn.
talking about, because if he walked away from me, do I not get reactions?
No, because you were unconscious
gotcha.
when the horse body checked him.
Okay.
So that the other druid could turn back into a regular individual and heal you. So he goes to sideswipe, and you literally look over and see Kaslan see it coming, acknowledge it, and usually where you have this very jittery individual who's hesitant in reaction sometime, you just see that calm come over him. The rogue, the hero that he can be, and he straight tucks his back backwards and bends backwards, and the sword goes clean over the front of his face, and then he bounces right back up. I gotta remember, does he get extra attacks as a paladin? I think he does at level 5.
I don't know.
He does. So he gets 2 more attacks.
Oh my god.
Pissed off, he is going to take 2 more attacks at Kaslan.
Kaslan has a lot more health than I do, so...
He does. Another one is going to miss as he swings left and then goes to swing right again. And Kaslan literally jumps up and over it as it slams beneath his feet. But the Samuel individual takes the sword effortlessly up and over and cleaves downward. That's going to be another D10. 6 plus 5, 11. And he's going to burn another smite to put into it. Because of course he is. Because he's here to do a job. Don't hate me, Miranda.
I don't. You have to live with your decisions, not me.
What does that mean? Who's making me live with them? Are you my consequence?
Yes, in so many ways.
I got you.
Am I the consequence? Oh yes, your pact has been signed.
Absolutely. Oh no. Oh wow, the searing smite that he did only did 1 damage though.
Good, fuck him. The angel's like, you think you're doing a little too much?
But Kaslan goes to step backward and step away from it, and then the sword cuts down the front of his chest and is going to leave a very nasty scar as he takes 18 points of damage.
Chicks dig scars.
They do indeed. Kaslan is going to use his bonus action to disengage as he looks over the shoulder and sees that you're up and hopefully tries to make eye contact with you to know that he knows you're fine. Yep. He's going to disengage and run backwards, not knowing exactly where to go, probably about right there. Lia, it is your turn.
Do I know if anything's ready yet? It's been a few seconds.
Roll me an Arcana check.
Come on, Bardic Inspiration dice. Arcana. 10. You can tell, you can see, not even see yet, you feel goosebumps on your arm in a sense, as you know, when humans see something out of their peripheral and they'll immediately turn towards it,
That's what you feel with this area over there, you know, or like when the weather suddenly changes, you know what I mean? There's just a change in presence, or when a cloud goes over the top, blocking the sun for just a moment, but you can immediately feel the change in temperature. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
That's what it feels like when you look over, and because of that feeling, you can see just the faintest of glow right behind where Kaslan stands, because you know that it is being activated.
So by the time I get there, it will be active?
You believe so. You will want to get on this circle with at the end of this turn.
Okay.
Is as blunt as I can be.
Well, that's fine. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take off running behind the building, like over here.
Okay, away from the circle.
As far as I can go.
Okay.
And I'm going to say a lot of nasty things at the paladin over my shoulder, just like none of them are swear words. They're just things that, like, if you grew up in the church, are like super rude. You know what I mean? It's like, you're just a pastor's kid who really thought he could go out and make a difference in the world, but all you're really finding out is that you were so sheltered in everything you were doing that nobody actually really likes you. So you're just constantly overcompensating.
Wow. Okay. Roll intimidation.
19 plus 5. Damn, I got good at 24.
Consider this man goated.
And then I'm going to cast Dimension Door and pop right onto the circle right behind Kaslan.
All right. Wow. Okay.
I'm hoping that he doesn't see me do that, because he saw me take off around there and then talk shit to him. And then he's like seeing red, because all the things that when he tried to ask that girl out at the super awkward like religious dance that like nobody really dances because they're not allowed to touch, and like all of that awkwardness, I'm hoping comes back to him and just makes him not think straight.
Miranda, you're unloading a lot right now. I just want you to make you aware of that. Good content. However, I want to ask and make sure you're okay.
Oh, I'm perfectly fine. This is just what I know how to leverage.
All right. So
I never really experienced that, so because
it is Samuel's turn. And he begins marching through the ruins and swings his sword sideways with a boat paddle and scatters a bunch of the rubble out of his way as he comes and starts walking over.
That's right.
Sees that you're not there and turns immediately around. And I'm going to have him roll to see if he notices you.
Because I'm like flat in the dirt.
Exactly.
Splat. In the mud. Hiding.
Oh, he looks directly at you with a natural 20.
Oh, well.
And he is going to turn and start making his way back towards you. And he gets about right there because he's boosted from his haste. Both horses are there. He literally brings the sword over his...
Well, they're not horses anymore.
Oh, no, yeah, they're both druids. He brings the sword over the front of him and looks at them intently, ready to cleave. And they both look back at you and nod. Before he does anything else, though, he looks up at you, Miranda.
Mm-hmm.
And you immediately feel like something searing. Not painful, but definitely an itch, like a scab, freshly pulled, somewhere beneath your shirt and cloak. Top of the round, there's a flash of light.
I wink at him real quick.
And you and Kaslan vanish in the darkness.
Did he see my wink? That's really important to me.
I have to re-roll.
Ah!
Let's roll for wink.
Floor dice.
He did not see your wink.
So important.
But you saw just a sheer rage on his face, knowing that you had only seen probably an ounce of what this individual was capable of.
Well, to be fair, he's only seen an ounce of what I'm capable of with no spell slots and freaking 9 HP.
Freaking 9 HP.
You little pansy. Come on. One-on-one me, man. 1v1 me right now.
You're already gone.
I know.
And this is a wonderful time to end this session as you now make your way to the way station with the druid's outcome unknown, leaving this devoted Samuel curious as to where you went.
Well, Morwen Naru's bell was in the wings, just chiming softly. Just as a reminder.
You keep saying that. Anybody listening is going to be like, yeah, no, he'll never kill Lia off, because why would he definitely do that? I mean, that means Miranda's going to bring in this cleric she keeps threatening him with, and he's terrified of it, and past mistakes, and whatever. So, anyways, we will come back and see where we go from here. Say goodbye, Miranda.
Goodbye, Miranda.
See you next time, everyone. Thank you for listening. Please leave a review anywhere you found us. You can reach out to us on Twitter at Bountiful Bards. We hope to see you again on the civilized road.
And bring bread and cheese.
As the story goes, until then.